Hi, gentlemen. Good morning or good afternoon, according to the time you are listening to me. We are starting again. We are continuing the process of distance learning together. And as you remember, last week I sent you lots of information about this unit number 5, which is an opinion essay. Let's try to review what we had last week about opinion essay. طبعا every day, as I told you before, you have to follow up in order to catch up all the new information and the new releases about this course. So this is your responsibility. Built on the email I sent you yesterday and the lesson plan which I sent you about the opinion essay, if you remember, it was written actually, it was not recorded. So you can, if you didn't have a look at those documents, so you can go back to your Blackboard now and try to check all these documents. Really, they are very good documents because they talk about the introduction of the opinion essay. Let's capture and review what we had last week about the opinion essay. An opinion means a point of view. Do you think that all people have the same point of view? I don't think so. People have differences over some controversial issues. Some people have different opinions about that. So you have to tell me about your opinion about some issues. For example, if we try to define the opinion essay, so we can say the writer tries to convince the reader of a point of view on a controversial issue. Controversial means not all people agree on that issue. For example, in our society, we have lots of issues that people have some differences and some different point of views about that. One of them about women driving. I think this is also the topic which I sent you last week. Just I'm reviewing what I sent you last week about this one. Some people say that women driving is a good idea and women should go forward about that. At the same time, on the other side, some people try to refute this opinion, saying women should not drive. So this is, we call it the counter argument. Counter argument means the other people's point of view. But as I told you before, when you try to tell us about your opinion, you have to support your opinion with facts, because facts support your opinions. Facts might be some statistics, some scientific facts from magazines, reports, and so on. So whenever you're writing about opinion essay, you have to tell us about facts, some scientific facts that support your opinion, because if you don't support your opinion wisely and nicely, in a good way, the other party, which has the counter argument, might tell you that his point of view is stronger than yours. So you have to be very careful about that. Like, as for the organization of the opinion essay, as we told you before, you have to start with the introduction paragraph, conclusion paragraph, 2 body paragraphs, one for your opinion and the other paragraph for the other opinion. We call it the counter argument. Again, I'm just reviewing what we had last week before we start the new articles. When you start your introduction paragraph, as you know, every introduction paragraph has got 3 important elements. Sometimes students argue, hey teacher, I wrote in a very nice way, but I got bad marks about that. So this depends on your writing. There are 3 important elements that you should include in the introduction paragraph. The first one is the hook idea, and the second one is the background about the topic, and the third one is the thesis statement, which has the main idea of the whole paragraphs. Let's start with the first part, which is the hook idea. The hook idea can be an introduction, can be a definition, can be a statement, can be a story, can be a surprising point. Let's stick to the same article which you are discussing, the should women drive or women should not drive. So you may start with a question. For example, you may say, do you agree that women should drive in Saudi Arabia? Do you think that it's a good idea or a bad idea? So you can start with a question or a statement or a story or whatever. So you need to attract the audience attention by asking about the hook idea. Then this will be followed by a background about the topic. Since you are talking about women driving, you can talk about car accidents, you may talk about driving, you may talk about traffic jams, you may talk about these things. So you may start about the history of driving in Saudi Arabia, about how women are given the chance to drive in Saudi Arabia as a background about that. And then you have to tell us the statement which are the main point of the essay. So you may say that women should drive for the following reasons. You can say 1, 2, 3. You can say women are independent and women feel independent, and you can see that women should drive because this will save money and make them safe as well. So this can be the first body paragraph. You can start with that. طبعا, again, the format and the organization of the body will be, the first body paragraph will be your opinion, and don't forget to start with a topic sentence about your argument. You may say that women should drive because they feel independent, and you try to explain and elaborate on this idea. When you go to the, and don't forget to put your supporting details. When you go to the second body paragraph, we call it the refutation idea. So in the second paragraph, you can say women should not drive for the following reasons. You have to tell us about your reasons that you have already listed. And also, you have to support your ideas to make your ideas stronger. When you come to the conclusion, you try to restate the writer's opinion, but often using different words. Try to summarize what you have said about your opinion using different words and more stronger language. So also the conclusion, beside the summary, it might include some opinion, warning, predictions, and so on. This is in general about how to start the opinion essay. Now, let's elaborate on that. Let's move to page number 108. Let's move to page number 108 and try to have an example about what we have already mentioned. Let's elaborate on what we have already mentioned. Page 108, top of the page, you start writing task. This is the question. You can read with me. Technology can improve lives, but it can also create new problems. This is the argument here. Technology can improve lives, but it can also create new problems. The counter argument is it creates new problems in society. In this unit, you write an opinion essay about controversial issues involving technology and how it affects individuals, families, and society. Okay, let's move to exercise number 1 here. Again, we are on page number 108. We are on page number 108. Okay, read the opinion. Now we are starting to write about the brainstorming ideas here. Read the opinions presented in the chart below. Which opinion do you agree with? Okay, by filling the chart here, okay, you may tell us about your opinion. Fill in the chart with additional reasons to support your opinion. We told you before, or I already told you that when you have your opinion, you have to support your ideas. طبعا support ideas with scientific facts, with statistics, with articles from magazines, from newspapers, and so on. Okay. Let's say on the left here we have opinion 1, and here we have opinion 2. Opinion 1 say space exploration is important to society and should be founded by the government. Should be supported by the government. This is the main opinion. The refutation, the other opinion says, space exploration is an unnecessary expenses and the government should ban this or should use money more wisely in some other directions, but not on space exploration. So which one is your opinion? Which one is your opinion? So let's go to opinion 1 about space exploration that can improve the society. This opinion, we have some facts here that support the opinion. These facts, it says here, he says, space exploration created new technologies. He said that when people go into space, they improve the technology and create new technologies such as computers, robotics, satellites, internet, and so on. This is a strong point that supports this opinion. Beside that, it also says here that new inventions help the economy. Some new invention by space exploration will help the economy of the country and improve it by presenting new investments and new money. New investments help the economy. They make life better. So this is the body. This is the body of the first argument. We have around 4 points that we need to elaborate on. Don't forget to use the connectors between these ideas and these facts. Okay, let's go to the other side, which is the counter argument, which is opinion number 2. Some people say that, or some people please use some words like some people say, some people argue, some people claim, because this is an opinion. We are not sure about that. So claim, argue, think. These are good vocabulary to start with. So again, opinion number 2: space exploration is an unnecessary expense, and government should use the money in more beneficial ways. Yani some people say instead of using the money for space exploration, let's go down to Earth and use the money in some more valuable aspects such as schools, to improve the infrastructure and so on. So the first argument they said it can be used for education to improve education and have more chances for people who live in the countryside to have more schools, and even for the schools which are inside the cities. This can be these schools can be improved by putting or utilizing new technologies, by using new computers, by re-innovation to the softwares, hardwares, and these things. Also, some people claim that space exploration can be banned, and instead of that we can improve the health care in the country. So by creating or building more hospitals, more clinics, more centers, and more medical schools. Because these people say that there is no need to go to space and work there. Let's go down to Earth and spend this amount of money for the better life of people. So here, the opinion number 2 has got 2 facts to support his opinion. It's education, healthcare. Do you think about, can you think now about some other factors that, that support the idea that space exploration is not necessary? Can you think about some of them? I'm waiting for you. So if you can think about some of them. Let me give you some clues. What about the country's infrastructure? Telephones, sewage, better life. What's about that? It can be to improve the infrastructure of the country. It can be better than going into space. This is not my opinion. I'm just talking about the counter-argument opinion number 2. Okay, let's move to the other factor. Can you think about another point that supports your ideas? Okay, what's about public transportation? What's about public transportation? If we can use the money more wisely by buying and using more cars, buses, trains, metros, this can be better. Again, this is not my opinion. What's about starting new industries? Some people argue, some people claim that instead of using to space, why don't you start new industries, building some factories and some, let's say, areas that help the economy of the country? Can you think about some more ideas about that? Sure, if you're going to think about this, this will take long time, and you can come up with new ideas more than the one which are listed now. What about, let's say, the Future Generation Fund? If the government can inaugurate or start a fund that save some money for the new generation in the future, I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea for because now the resources are running short. So if you are going to guarantee future life for our kids in the future, this can be also another argument, another good idea. Okay. What's about now? Let's think about if we are gonna to write a conclusion. What can we say about this? What can we say about that? What can you say? It depends on the opinion which you have adopted. Let's for example say that you adopted opinion number 1 about space exploration should be used and it's a good idea. So you may start like this. Space exploration has not only, you make a summary to what you have said, so you can say, space exploration has not only helped our society in using more technology such as computer, robotics, satellites, and new investments, it also helped the people to lead a happy, better life. You can say, you can suggest or put a warning or whatever. I suggest, you can say, I suggest if government can use more money in this kind of activities, because now the world has become like a small village, and people and nations are competing between each other, and we are not going to be at the back of all nations. Let's say, for example, that you took opinion number 2, that space exploration is not important. You can start like this. Even though space exploration has made our life easier and used technologies like robotics, computers, and satellites, it has also consumed much money which are not necessary and made people live in poverty. You can suggest, you can give warning, you can give warning to government. For example, you may say something like if government don't save some money for the future generation, one day there will be less money to deal with our needs for the future, and at that time people will suffer. Move now to page number 111. Page to page number 111. Move to page number 1111. Let's apply what we have started on this reading essay. The title is what can space exploration do for me? Right. Let's start with the if you look at the format of this essay, you can find that it has introduction, and then first body paragraph, then second body paragraph, and then a conclusion. Sure, for each body paragraph, as you have seen here, it starts with a topic sentence, and then the supporting details, topic sentence, supporting details, and then we have the conclusion here. Let's start with these reading units. Astronauts means people who go to the moon, pilots who go to the moon. Astronauts have walked on the moon, robots have traveled to Mars, and countries around the world have contributed to the International Space Station. This can be the let's say the first one, the first idea, which can attract the reader's attention. And then we start with these exciting events have made differences in ordinary people's life. Here we come to the background lives, whether they realize it or not. Now let's come here to the thesis statement. Here this is a statement which controls the whole idea of the body paragraphs. So you can underline this now. Space exploration has not only created history, it has also provided many special benefits for humans here on Earth. Again, this is a very strong thesis statement. Space exploration has not only created history, it has also provided many benefits for humans. So the body will start with these beneficial elements to the society. Now, this is the first paragraph. Look at the topic sentence. The importance of space exploration can be seen in the technology we use every day. This is the argument which supports the use of technology. Since he talks about the topic sentence, which has the main idea of the paragraph, which is how space exploration is beneficial for the society. Space exploration can be seen in the technology we use every day. Now, this body paragraph number 1 will talk about the technology such as satellites, and computers, internet, and so on. Look at this. Satellite technology allows people to make phone calls. So you may underline the first benefit, which is make phone calls, watch TV shows, this is number 2, and listen to radio programs from everywhere on Earth, this is number 3. These are the 3 benefits that space exploration gave to society. Also, many of these advances in computer technology, also number 4 can be computer technology, were first event to support space exploration. For example, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, has contributed to the creation of software that people use every day in manufacturing and design. This is number 5. This is benefit number 5. And the next one will be benefit number 6. Robotics technology is another useful example. Robotics is also can be benefit number 6. Now let's move to the refutation paragraph, the counter argument. Also, it starts with the topic sentence which summarizes the main idea of the paragraph. They said, even with these advances, please underline this, even with these advances, some people say, please always when you have your counter argument, use these words, some people say, some people claim, some people argue, because we are not sure. Some people say that space exploration is an expensive luxury that takes money away from important programs such as healthcare and education. This is the main idea of the paragraph. They are against technology and they prefer that this money spent on technology is used on Earth to improve society. However, if they consider how space technology has improved life on Earth, they should see that space exploration is actually important to civilization. Go to the conclusion paragraph here. It starts, as I told you, the conclusion must restate, means summarize the main ideas said in the body paragraph, and you may tell us about your opinion, your suggestions, your recommendations, or even your warning. It says here, space exploration creates a need for technological advances. Later, these advances are used in other ways that help people. Wonderful new inventions such as satellites and computers are just the beginning. In the future, space exploration will provide useful and amazing new inventions that we can't even imagine in the present time. I think this is a very good example about the opinion essay, and we told you about what the opinion essay is, and we talked about the organization of the essay, how to start, how to go to the body, and how to finish. Now, let's move to page 115 and talk about the facts and opinion. Let's first differentiate between the fact and opinion. When we talk about fact, this is something true. It's scientific. There is no way for opinion here. When you say that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, this is not an opinion, it's a fact. When you say water boils at 100 degrees, this is a fact, it's not an opinion. So you have to, when you say that, I think children should live alone sometimes just to practice life as it should be, this is an opinion. Some people don't agree about that. When you think that women should drive and women should not drive, this is an opinion. When you say that students should study at home better than coming to school, this is an opinion. When you say that early marriage is better than late marriage, this is an opinion. Let's talk about fact. Fact is a truth that is scientifically proven. Okay? For example, a smartphone allows the user to access the internet. Opinion, as I told you, an opinion is one point of view among many people. This is your point of view is different from other. We are living in a society that have millions of people. Everybody has got an opinion, but make sure if you wanted to give us your opinion, it's not just merely give us your opinion. You have to support it with facts from science, from statistics, from scientists, from organizations. This will make your writing, your opinion, more valuable and more powerful. An opinion is a point of view among many, as I told you. We say cell phones are destroying people's privacy. I agree. Okay. Let's go with this exercise number 3 here and try to check the distinction between facts and opinion. We have from 1 to 5. Let's get to number 1. Small airplanes are used in advertising. This is a fact. Planes are used in advertising. Let me ask about number 2. Solar panels allow users to get energy from sunlight. Look, are we talking about science here or facts? Opinion or facts? Solar panels, this is something tangible you can see. So it must be a fact. So you can write F, number 2. 3, many nations are working together to build and maintain the International Space Station. Do you know about space station? Do you know that nations are collaborating? I'm sure this must be a fact. There's no way for opinion here. So we may write F. Let's go to number 4. Solar panels are ugly. Ugly means not beautiful, bad. طبعا this is your opinion, ugly, but some other people might argue, say that they are beautiful, they are not ugly. Number 5. Online courses are easier than classrooms courses. This is one which you are doing now. What do you think? Online courses are easier than classroom courses. If you are lazy, sometimes you may say, oh, this is my opinion, I go for that. Online courses are easier than classroom courses, so this is also an opinion. It's called, you can write about number 5, this is an opinion. Again, let's talk about facts and opinion. As I mentioned earlier, when you give us your opinion about any issue, any controversial issue, make sure that you have to support and back up your opinion with facts, because facts support opinion. When we say that, for example, let's talk about the same topic, should women drive or not? Let's say you are supporting the opinion of women should drive. You may rely on some statistics by the Saudi Arabian government or by the traffic police. So you can say, for example, statistics show that most of the accidents in Saudi Arabia are caused by males, not females, and 30% are used by females, for example. I'm not sure about this part of statistics, but I'm just giving examples just to support my opinion, that you have to say, when you give us your opinion, it must be supported by strong facts. Otherwise, it's going to be a weak opinion. So, gentlemen, this is what we have just finished about the opinion essay, and I hope that you got much benefit about it. I'm gonna to do all my best just to help you and take your hand towards success, and please follow up every day, because I'm sure that you have the besting schedule. You are going to follow the besting schedule as it is. So you may start some arguments, or you may write your opinion. If you go back to page number 108 about space exploration, so you may write your essay about space exploration, so which one you are supporting, and we may discuss this in our discussions. So thank you very much. Hope to see you very soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.